Right, welcome to what is about to be a very interesting video, very controversial. I'm going to be going through Xbox 360 games and why I think everyone should just calm down and stop going bloody mental because the inflation has gone ridiculous. I've pulled out from the collection to the right of me about a dozen games, which I know have gone up to 3 to 4 times in price. Not just doubled, gone up 3 to 4 times. I know that from the last 1 to 2 years because I've got all the receipts. So we're going to go through all the receipts of what I paid for from last year to 2 years ago, compare the prices to today. So before we get into that, stick around for the end of the video. I'm going to go through timeless gaming conventions and other conventions that are coming up, and I'm going to be doing a prize draw. So everyone who's joined the Discord, so I launched the Community Hub Marathon Gaming Discord. So we're going to be giving away at least a game, maybe 2 games, to everyone who's joined in the Discord. So we're going to be giving away a sealed copy of Shadow Man, a limited run game for Nintendo Switch. So one of you lucky guys who has joined the Discord, thank you for joining in. We'll be winning that at the end of the video. We will do a live draw. So without further ado, let's jump straight in. So these are all going to be big hitters, guys. I mean, first of all, let's talk about why prices have gone mental for the Xbox 360, and it's very strange because about a year to 2 years ago, maybe 3 years, sort of after COVID, these games were always very, very cheap. So when you collect games, you get a period of, before they become retro, of them just being old, and when they're old, they are at boot sales, charity shops, and you can pick them up for nothing. Now, in my opinion, that's the time to buy them. So I don't think right now is the time to be buying Xbox 360. I'm being brutally honest, and you're probably going to go mental to me in the comments. And I'm sure these games will carry on going up. Some of them might go 5 or 6, and there's other games which haven't doubled or tripled yet like these games, but they will do. So you're probably thinking, Scott, what are you talking about? They're going to rise, but it's a buyer's market. So as everybody starts collecting and buying them, we're just causing panic and making the prices and inflation go mental. But obviously everyone sits on a fence and then someone starts buying up their favourite games. So what do you do? So it's up to you guys to do your own research. So I'll go through all these games. Personally, they're very collectible and desirable just because of the spines. I mean, the PS2 games are just the black and white text. So let's just grab one of those, for example. I'm not saying this is why people are collecting them, but even the purpose of point of the shelf, like if you look behind me, all the red spines, but with the 360 games, they're so colourful, had a long, vast library, and everyone's just going crazy for it. And to be honest with you, I think what you should be doing instead of going for the 360 right now is do what I'm doing, go for the Xbox One, because 1 to 2 to 3 years ago, these games were like the Xbox One now. So the Xbox One at the moment, no one cares about. It's not retro, it's just old. It's last gen, it's not 2 gens ago. The reason why everyone's going mad for these games isn't just because of the colour spines or the big library. It's because now people are finally considering it retro. It's been out however many years, and it's crossed over that 15 to 20 year mark where people go, do you know what? It's now a retro, it's now vintage, and people are starting to buy back their old games and collections that they sold. And they're paying sometimes a lot more money than what they would have paid for in the first place. Now, for me, the Xbox One games, at the moment, I think they're going to be quite desirable because in the future, you think about it, it's like the last generation of physical games. So Nintendo cartridges will carry on. But in terms of disc games, if you go in CEX, Game, or any of your stores in America or rest of Europe, whatever you do have, I know you have CEX in Spain, etc. But if you go into like a game shop, when you look at the retro games take up most of the library, and Switch example, and DS and 3DS, when you actually go to PS5, there's hardly anything there. There's more PS4 than PS5, and PS5's been out a fair few years now, isn't it? Since pre-COVID or during COVID. It's like halfway through its lifespan. And then if you look at Xbox Series X, like so many games are digital now. When you go in the shop, they're all Xbox. There's not many Xbox Series X, they're more Xbox One. So at the moment we're kind of with Xbox One, it's like dead water. You go into charity shop, and the other week, the reason why I had this video, the other week I went into charity shop and there's loads of Xbox One games, and I was like, oh my God, 50p, a pound, 150, £2, good titles. There was none more than £2. I thought, right, I'm going to get all these, and I thought, hold on a minute, this is suspicious. So I got my phone out, I didn't scan them, I just typed them in, and I thought I could instantly flip these, and I was like, oh, this is all they're worth at CEX. You get like 1p trade. And I remember seeing that, you know, a fair few years ago with Xbox 360. You're picking up a boot sale for nothing, and they weren't really worth flipping. The odd one was, but they were more worth sitting on. And then about, a year or 2 years ago, you know, just watching other YouTubers, I'll give a shout out for two in particular where a lot of these games come from. One is Retro Ghetto, which I'm sure all of you guys are familiar with Retro Ghetto. A lot of these games come from him, and the other one is from, he used to be called Party Game Network. He changed his channel name 6 months to a year ago to Legally Insane Gamer, guy up in Canada, Joel, really nice guy. And he does a lot of videos, well, he did then, saying a bit like Retro Ghetto, like Callum does, and he said, you know, 2 years ago, buy these games, they're going to go up the value, and they were both right, because we're going to go and look at the evidence right now and prove exactly why they are. So yeah, so I would say to everyone, before we get into his prices, just calm down a little bit, don't go too mad, because it's just getting a bit silly. But obviously do your own research. I don't want people going in a year's time, oh, the game's now worth 60 quid, I could have got it for 40. There's so many variables, but for me, I mean, I'm going to be picking up all the Xbox One games because at the moment they're worth nothing, and I know in 5 years' time, well, when the PS6 or whatever bloody hell it's called on the next gen of console comes out, we're going to be having the same conversation in 10 years' time about these Xbox Series X games. So anyway, I've waffled on enough. Stick around for the competition. If you do want to join the community Discord, then check out the description of this video. There'll be a link on how invite link to the Discord. So you can join the forum and all the chat that goes on in there. And I'll put a link to Timeless Gaming Convention, which is in about a fortnight from the time of this video, which I think is on a Wednesday up in Manchester, Bury Arcade Club. And if you use the link in my description and type in Marathon24, you actually get 15% off discount off your tickets. Now, let's start in, what order should we go for? That's the wrong stack of games. Don't know why I've put those there. There are some games which, actually no, some of them are. Okay. Right, let's start with this one. So, one Chanbara Bikini Samurai Sword. I've not played a lot of this at all. So, this game in particular, I brought this of May 2023. I put all the evidence on the screen of how much I paid for it and how much it's worth today. I've got when I had this idea a few weeks ago in July, all the screenshots, so they're only from 2 or 3 weeks old. If they're out of stock, you might as well add 10% on, because generally when a game comes in stock, CEX will raise it 10 to 15%. So you might as well add a tenner on pretty much to every game you'll see if it's out of stock. So I paid for this over a year ago, £28, and you can see on the screen of how much it is worth today at CEX. So that has gone up about 2.5 times of its price. So that has now become a very expensive game. Is it a good game? Let's be honest, it's probably a bit like Lollipop Texas Chainsaw. It's just a bit naughty. It's one of them obscure titles. I haven't played much of it at all. I haven't completed it. So I've literally just played it, I think, for a minute or two when I first got it, like a year ago. And I saw some footage of someone talking about it. I thought, you know what? Now's the time to jump on that one. So yeah, strong start, but all of these are heavy hitters, guys. They really are. Here's another one, and quite topical actually, Backbreaker. Now, I wasn't expecting this to rise in the UK, so this must be one of Joel's from Party Game Network. He's now Legally Insane Gamer. I'll tag both those channels in case you want to check them out. I'm sure you're probably aware of both of them. You might not be aware. You would be aware of Retro Ghetto, because obviously he's British, like myself, but maybe you don't know about some of the guys over the water. So yeah, do check him out. He does a lot of Nintendo videos, etc. as well for the Switch. And yeah, really good channel. But there is a game at the moment. Obviously, it's American football, so you thought maybe it wouldn't be picking up in price. I know people are talking about it's a college football game that's just come out, American football game, and there's not been one for a long time since like the 360. So that might be why this has gone up all of a sudden, because people are sort of reliving those days of games which aren't Madden. Do you know what I mean? Something a bit different. So the graphics on this, I believe you'll see some footage of all these games I put on the screen. I believe it's because I think it's sort of filmed completely differently, like the editing's different, it plays different. It does feel a bit brutal. Not quite like NFL Blitz, you know, that was mental, wasn't it? Those games are absolutely awesome. I love that. Blitz 2000 on the Dreamcast. But anyway, yeah, price-wise, that's what you people come for. So this, I got this in May of 23. I paid £8 for it. It's now worth £22. So that's gone up 3 times in price, pretty much. Ouch. Well, not ouch for me. Thank you, whoever recommended that game. Now, here's a game. Very good game. 50 Cent Blood and Sand. I must confess, I haven't tried this. Never played it. But I know it's good because... I say I know it's good. I played to completion Bulletproof on the PS2 back in the day. I absolutely loved it. I think the reason why this has gone for more money, I think there's some sort of licensing issue with the tracks that's on there, but obviously, you know, they can't remove it. So I believe so. Let me know in the comments, guys, if I'm wrong. And let me know in the comments if you've got any of these games, or they're ones you wanted to get, you're bummed out by the price, or if there is some others that you think are going to go up in price and you should grab now, or some others that have gone silly, which you guys know what I mean. It'd be good to hear from you guys. Yeah, let us know in the comments. But yeah, this price, yeah, it's gone up 3 times in price, that game. And I must confess, I've not yet played it. But if it's anything like Bulletproof, I'm going to love it. I've got 2 copies of this, so it must have been cheap, because I must have thought I'll get 2. It was that cheap. And you can tell with certain titles, can't you? Afro Samurai. Now, I'm not into me anime or something, but I'm fully aware that is a comic book or some stories of some sort, and I'm pretty sure it's an animation TV program as well. Now, that must have been cheap. Did I tell you how much Blood and Sand was? Sorry, I don't know if I did. That was £20, and it's now £35. That's double price. Afro Samurai, I paid £6. It's gone up 3 times that. It's now 22 quid. That's why I bought 2. They're £6. So that makes sense. Features Samuel Jackson. I've not played this either, I don't think. Have I? No, I couldn't have done. I'll put some footage on the screen. They're all just from, I won't link where I got the footage from. It's not my own footage, but they're just trailers. So they're probably from a developer. So I'm sure I won't get sued. I hope I don't anyway. Now here's a game, not really my thing, because they're just absolute carnage. I do like Soviet Strikes, etc. It's sort of isometric, but it's more of a shoot 'em up, isn't it? Let's be honest. This probably was from Callum, because he likes these ones over at Retro Ghetto. This is Under Defeat HD Deluxe Edition. Now, this particular, it feels really beefy. That is some manual, it really is. Now, I paid for this. So the reason why I picked out these games is because if you go on if you've brought them online, if you go on your CEX, it goes back up to so many years. So everything I've brought from like 2021 or 2022, I can look. So it's quite handy, especially for my Switch games, because they go fluctuate like mad up and down. Yeah, so Killer is dead. Sorry, Killer is dead. Sorry, Under Defeat. That's the next one. This is £18. I got this for. So that's gone up 1.5 price. So I'll put on the screen how much it's worth now. So you'll see it before and after. Here's an awesome game. And I just knew, like, I think I always was going to have a spare copy. A bit like Twisted Metal World Tour. I got about 3 copies of them. Just because I was worried one would break. That's like my favourite PS1 game. Now, Splatterhouse. I love this. I rented it from Blockbuster. I preferred this to the original arcade one, and in Splatterhouse 2 I never really had it on a Mega Drive, and I remember saving up and getting it when it all boomed in COVID and paying silly money for that. But this game in particular, awesome game, as you'll see from the footage on the screen. And what's cool about the 360 version, you know PS3 is always more expensive. Well, I think this is the other way around, because I don't know why, but on the PS3 it's not as good as this version. When you complete this game on the 360, I haven't, this is balls hard. When you complete this, you actually, the combos are mental. You actually unlock the original 2 games. And I'm pretty sure Splatterhouse 1 is only an arcade. I mean, it might be on other stuff like PC Engine, I don't know. So there's bang for your buck there. To be honest with you, like, I'm not going to slag off what is and what isn't worth it. But this is definitely worth it. I'll keep my mouth shut because I get moaned at enough in the comments as it is. Now, Splatterhouse, I paid for that 3 years ago. In June of 2021. I bet I brought that with the Mega Drive one. I probably brought them at the same time. I paid 18 quid for that. I think that's gone up 2.5. I'll put the price now. So you see it before and after, my receipt, and how much it's worth now. That's gone up 2.5 prices. 2.5 times its amount. Lollipop Chainsaw. I love this game. I don't know if this would go down in price. Make your own rules up. Not your own rules. Make your own assumptions. Only reason why I say this is limited run games. I've pre-ordered it. They're bringing this baby back. I love this, but I got stuck. And I really enjoyed it. I think I rented it from Blockbuster. Yeah, I rented it from Blockbuster. I didn't buy it. Didn't buy a lot of games. I'd play them for 5 days, get stuck. Because the majority of games you get and you complete, don't you? Like, I'm loving, you might have seen my last video for the Switch. I've been loving this roguelike from Team 17 called Sea of Falls. And I've played it for 9 days consecutively since I've had it. And I know what happened now. I won't touch it ever again. I play like 20 hours and I'm done. And I think that's what happened with this. That's why I didn't buy it. So I must have rented it or whatnot. Got stuck and that was it. But this game, I think that was 12 quid when I bought it. That's gone up 4 times. 4 times that's gone up since since when? 3 years ago in 2021. So, and that was when apparently everything boomed. So how much cheap was this in 2019? Do you know what I mean? If anyone's got receipts from that, it'd be really good to hear from you. That is a big one. He swore there. That is really gone up. But that is a laugh, that game. It's just funny, isn't it? As you can see from the footage of the trailer. I don't know how this is... Right, these are a few... sorry, there's another one, isn't there? So we go for about a dozen games. What was the other one? Oh, Killer is Dead. I haven't pulled out. So I put on the screen. I got that a year and a half ago. That's also gone up 5 times. I paid 12 quid for Killer is Dead. Quite a good game, to be fair. Now, here's a few anomalies. I haven't got receipts for these, but it's just from my memories and stories. Shadow of the Damned. Not mad price. Hasn't changed much, but I just... A bit like Lollipop Chainsaw, because that's had a re-release coming out soon. So I don't know if that would go up or down. I would have thought down. I don't know. But Shadows of the Damned, that's also been announced from Limited Run this week. So a week before this video comes out, apparently that's being repolished. So that might... I think that's about 28 quid now. It just hasn't gone up a lot, like a fiver. But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it has. I wouldn't have paid that much. Maybe that's gone up. I don't know. These have definitely gone silly. Right. These are good games. I love my horror games. We love the Saw franchise. Me and the wife absolutely love them. I don't have proof of the purchase of these games, but I know that how much I put on screen. There's no way I paid that for that. They're fun games. I haven't even played the second one because I wanted to do them in order and I got stuck. I got quite far in the first one. But really good games those are. But the second one goes for a lot more than the first one. And then these, right? Silent Hill Homecoming. That now I think is 62 quid. See, it says 12 quid. I've either paid 12 quid or I've paid less. So I'm pretty sure... Actually, maybe I did pay 12 quid. I did on that. So you can see how much that's gone up. That might be the biggest increase. That's another 4 times. But this one, Silent Hill Downpour, I bought this from a cash converters in Basildon. There's a CEX, right? And then in the high street, there's a cash converters. And I remember seeing this and going, cool, that's going to be worth a lot. And I looked, because it was literally like a fiver. And I looked and I was like, oh, that's how much it is. I'm pretty sure this was no more than a tenner. And I think that's now, I don't know how much that is. I wrote down Saw as 30 quid. Is Saw 1 30 quid? Well, this anyway, I put on the screen how much Downpour is. So 360's gone mad, is what I'm saying. And I just think, I don't know. I just think, like, because I'm not being greedy here, because I'd keep quiet, really. I've bought all those games. Like, you could keep buying them. Like, the community could keep buying them, and I could just it would just raise the value of the ones I've got. So I'm just trying to be a bit helpful, really. I just don't know. I feel like everyone's got a bit mental. Because I already bought these. Do you know what I mean? Before the spike in the last... I feel like it's since Christmas. Since the new year, I've seen non-stop, you must buy Xbox 360 now. Buy Xbox 360. These games are going up in value. And I just feel like it's almost too late. Like it's happened. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure it'll keep happening. But just... All I'd say is when everyone's going on about something, like media and news, when they're talking about something, maybe have a look about what people aren't talking of. So at the moment, no one's talking about Xbox One. So be smart. Pick up those, you know. Pick up PS4, because they're probably cheap. Because PS3 went mental last year, and now it seems it's 360's turn. I think everyone should just chill out a little bit, because as you can see, the prices have already gone up 2, 3, 4 times, and then some in the last 1 to 2 years. So if everyone's going mental this year, who knows what happens when these games come back in stock. They might go up 10 or 20%. But yeah, that's just my pound's worth. I'm not slagging off the console. I'm not slagging off people that are buying the games. Like, do what you want to do. It's your money. But everyone just keeps saying to buy them, and I just thought I'd do something a bit different and just show you of how much they've already gone up, because it might make you think, oh, do you know what? They might, if we just chill out a little bit, maybe the prices are a bit high. Let them stabilise a bit. I don't know. I feel like I had some other points to make and I've forgotten. If I think of them, I'll chuck them in, but it's kind of more fun when you do it, roll off the tongue in it. I'm more of a one-take guy. Right, let's do a live draw. So thank you to everyone who joined the Discord. So I do find when I look at the analytics of my videos, like I tend to, 80% to 90% of people that watch my videos aren't subscribed. Very strange. I'm starting to wonder who is subscribed to me. And that is why I thought I'll open the Discord, because I can actually see some, people that do watch the channel, which is really great. And to talk to you guys is absolutely awesome. So we talk about pickups, just talk about different stuff, just general day-to-day stuff. So it's really nice. So I really appreciate everyone that's in there. And you can use it as much or as little as you like. I pop on every day, say good morning to everyone and see what people are up to. But obviously, if you don't want to use it, I completely understand because there's an app for everything. So I won't hold it against you if you do not want to be interested in it. But yeah, thanks to everyone who has joined. I'm going to put all the names into this hat. I'm trying to show it all, so it doesn't look like I've fiddled it. Don't know why I would, because I'm losing a game anyway. So yeah, it's up for grabs. He's Shadow Man on the Switch. I didn't know what to give away, and I was going through some games. I traded a couple in, and I thought I could give that away. And then I saw a sealed one. I thought it's nicer to have a sealed game, isn't it? So first into the hat is Nikki at Comics and Retro. So we'll fold that, put that in there. These are all people in no particular order, just people that have joined the Discord. I said whoever joins the Discord the first fortnight will be added in. We've got Wiggers. I was worried I was going to say something then. We've got Wiggers in there. We have got Rumpel the Bailey. Now, I believe Rumpel the Bailey was the first person to join my Discord. I think I screenshotted it. It was a very proud moment. He was straight on it after the video. And I always mention the Discord at the end of the video, never at the beginning. This is probably the earliest I've ever mentioned it. Because I don't want any bots in there or people in there that we don't like. Do you know what I mean? I want it to be people that actually like the content, you know. Urban All-Star, next person in. So these are like true hardcore fans of the channel. So he's in the hat. Oh, lovely guy. I've met this gentleman over in Wolverhampton. We propped the bar up all night and we had some beers. And then he brought me a nice little whiskey chaser. Richard Tappenden, he's on YouTube. Awesome guy. Really nice guy he is. So good luck to you, sir. Some of these names are hilarious. No Guy Test. That's up there with Wiggers, that one. No Guy Test. He's in there. Oh, what a legend. Good personal friend of mine. Be handy if he wins, because I won't have to post it. He lives down the road. 10-minute drive. Retro Ed UK. I hope he doesn't win it now. It looks suspicious. He's in the hat. Another guy I've met. He's actually had me around his house. That sounded disturbing. Feed me chicken. No one knows what he looks like though. He kept the mask on the whole time. Another YouTuber, really, really nice guy. Haven't seen him for a good year or so. So, feed me chicken. You need to come out of hiding. Hold on a minute. Rumpel the Bailey. Oh, I wrote that twice. Hold on. Hold on. Flawless editing. I'm just going to talk and chuck up on the screen. I don't know. Urban All-Stars we got. Rumpel the Bailey. Oh yeah, because, sorry. I'll chuck that one out. That one, because the handwriting was so bad, I wrote it again. So yeah, sorry. Rumpel the Bailey. His handwriting's still bad. That's the improved version. Look. This is me comparing. Like a child's done it. There's no kids here. It's just me. Sorry. So one entry for Rumpel the Bailey. Slowly. Great name. Sorry, can you see that? Thought I'd let everyone see. Ah, another YouTuber. I've met this guy a couple of times at Wolverhampton. Jay, Cybersnake Jay. Really nice guy as well. First met him in Blackpool. Who's going to Blackpool this year? Really good. I put on on the screen actually. I screenshotted a Tutor UK video where he actually announced in his description as well. He announced loads of like dates of expos that are coming up. Unfortunately, I can't go to Milton Keynes because I'm actually away. But that's really handy. So I'll pop up Tooty's screenshot that I took from his channel because was well handy. Oh, Carlos. Really nice guy. I actually know him from the Discord community group. We met on there for Unofficial Controller podcast. Really good guys. I'll be seeing them in Manchester next week. Right, so those are all in the hat. Right, while we're doing this, please like, comment and subscribe and all that nonsense. I don't know when to stop. There's a lot of stuff. Someone might win this and not even have a Switch. It might be a waste of time. Right, I've got one. Oh, no way! No way! Retro Ed UK, I jinxed it. I wish I never said anything now. It's made me blush. Right, congratulations to Retro Ed UK. You've won a game. I feel bad now Right, I've got a backup plan because I thought I've put some games away, and the fact that this is standing here on the floor, Rumpel the Bailey, out of respect, because I was so proud that the first person to join a Discord, I didn't know if anyone was going to join it. So the fact that we've had so many people, been really refreshing. So I'm going to give you a game. It's not sealed, but Five Nights at Freddy's, Help Wanted. I pulled it out of my trade pile. It's one that got left behind. So get in contact with me. Ed, I don't know where you live, but I know you're local. Get in contact with me, mate. I'll drop it round yours. And then Rumpel the Old Bailey, get in contact with me, mate. DM me on Discord, and I will send this to you as well, just to say thank you for being the very first member added to the Discord. I would never forget that you were the first man to join. Right, so that's that. I'll put in the description of Timeless. I'll tag in the channels that I've mentioned from this video. And yeah, just everyone chill out a little bit, because the prices for Xbox 360 have gone mental. And let's be honest, this is an expensive hobby as it is. Let's all just chill out a little bit. All right, I've Scott from Marathon Gaming. See you soon for another video. Cheers. I'm Mario. And I am the Hedgehog. And today, with this...